Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back to our Excel training. I'm really happy to see you back. I know some of you have been practicing and some are just getting back into it, and that's totally okay. So today is a fresh start to all of us. Let's quickly look back at what we have learned so far. So in the last week, we covered some really useful Excel skills and we covered many of the function types like basic functions, then date functions, count functions, text functions, and logical condition checking, nesting multiple functions each other. So these functions they build the blocks of Excel, and if you have practiced even a few of these functions, so then you are already ahead. Now, in this today's uh, topic, I am engaging you in much of practical work, hands-on practice with lookup functions. So we are going to do more practical work today, and we will be working with multiple Excel files, just like you would be in the real work. And we will learn how to connect the data from different worksheets using Vlookup, HLOOKUP, index function, match function. So these advanced functions helps in connecting multiple tables together. And I'll also explain the purpose of using all these functions in your working file. So please be ready with the laptop and be ready to try these things as we go. So don't worry if you make any mistake, and that's how we learn. You can raise questions. Now let me tell you something important that about the Excel's Excel skills in the real opportunities. So Excel is one of the most wanted skills in jobs today. Whether you are applying for a new role in a finance, accounts, data entry, MIS, or HR or admin, Excel is everywhere, right? And employers don't just want people who knows formula. They want people who can solve problems. Uh, we are learning the approach of working skills of a Excel in the real work. So the employers they want people who knows solving the problems, and that's exactly that we are doing here. If you learn how to clean data, use of lookup functions, and build smart worksheets, so you will be ready for interviews, you are ready for the task, and also ready for standout. Okay, so whatever the practice files, tasks I assigned, I believe you are working on it. Consistently, you are revising the functions formulas, and it helps you stand in Excel. Okay, so you can ask questions, you can share your screen like we did last time, and let's make the session full of learning and action. Okay, so you are building your future. Now let's start the today's agenda here. In Excel, I will be explaining you working with lookup functions today. So in Excel, major uh, work is in VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or index match function is based on the kind of data you are working on. Now let me here get a one quick worksheet to begin with. So I will be using Copilot to get data from Excel, get data and use it in Excel. So here is a prompt ready. Okay, I first made Copilot clear that what data I am looking for and what is my objective. So let's see the response for my prompt. So let me see, and I'm glad to see the version of table I wanted to get from Copilot, and see without errors, without repetition, and without further conversation, in just one step I'm getting the data over here with clearing my objective, meeting my objectives. So let's copy this data here. Okay, and many columns I could see it is generated. So in Excel, while I paste, I use this option, and also I use the auto fit column width feature of Excel that will arrange column width properly. Now they are 20 records and I want some more. Could you generate more 20 rows? So again it is generating number of columns. Okay. Learn writing the prompts in different ways. So you first clear the AI tools that what is your objective, why you are looking for the data. Then AI will also become a one another hand to help you learn the concepts. Okay, so now the data become with 40 complete total rows. So the data is ready here. Okay, so what are the columns? Product name, brand, category, launch date, price, battery, camera setup, display type, processor, and some other records here. Now I want one more worksheet. So this worksheet I name as master data. This worksheet is master data. Now I here will just extend my conversation with Copilot that I want global reviews, comma, rating, tabular information to categorize uh, gadgets in regions with popularity. Could you generate a real-time mock, a real-time data set that covers worldwide sales popularity of the above gadgets generated. So here now I want Copilot to share me some more realistic data of how the gadgets are popular region wise. So now Copilot made category as smartphones, then another category as a region or a dominance, and it is using a quarter to sell the popularity rating setup between 1 to 10, and another top region also as a last category generated by Copilot. So enough data here. So I copy this and I'll create a one more worksheet. Let's paste down here. Now another data set is ready for the particular product. So this worksheet name I change and I put as reviews. Now the two different tables are created. They are ready in Microsoft Excel worksheet. Now here I will do another additional work, that is prepare. See, in one go I am not completing my prompt. This is a another approach of a strategy of prepare your data set. Okay, I'm just continuing my prompt. Okay, so what I will do is prepare. I want you to act as a supplier, and I need day wise uh, orders data in Excel table format, so that as a shop owner will reconcile whether the supplied products versus received products are correctly account correctly uh, calculated and accounted in a warehouse. Please prepare day one tabular information in maximum 10 columns. Okay. So see, this looks complicated data, as I'm now trying to get you work with multiple worksheets. Now, whatever the skills we have in Excel, okay, we are going to uh, collectively apply this knowledge over the data sets to perform various calculations. Now here is another worksheet I created. So this is for particular uh, sale I made on a day one. So that day it is considered as 20 September. Okay. I again write generate more rows for the same sales date. Let's see. Okay. And I will be getting here total 5 days of records. Again, some number of records here. And this is for date one only. So this is again for day one. Okay. So now I will tell you how to work with the data models. Now, whenever there is a incoming source data, separated day wise, separated week wise, separated by an interval. So I suggest you to keep that data in a separate Excel file. So I cut this record. I'll create a one more Excel worksheet here. So whenever you shift click on Excel icon on a taskbar, then also it will create a one new file. So this is my day one file. Okay. This is my day one sales record. I save this record. So let's save this record on a desktop practice folder. So here I will do one thing. I'll create a one new folder as mobile showroom case study, and I save this record as sales data, sales order day 1. Okay, sales order day 1 file is ready, and the worksheet name I write as data. So I close this file. Now I want Copilot to generate more data for day 2. Generate day 2 records. So now Copilot shares me more number of rows for another date. Now the sales date become 21st for some unique random products. So this also I will keep in a one more Excel file. Okay, I paste the records and I save this file as day 2 in practice folder. Let's save this as sales order day 2 records. Now I want day 3 records. Now I want day 3 30 rows records. So for now I consider only 3 days, and once I complete then we will add more 2 days records. Okay, so enough data set is generated and created using Excel. I'm maintaining it in Excel. Now let's go for a last worksheet. I paste the data over here. So let's save this file. Now this is day 3 records. Okay, so this is day 3. Now total 3 different days sales data we received from supplier, and it consists of order ID, product name, category, how many units order, how many supplied, how many received, what was the date, what was the received date, what is the status, what is the remark. Okay, this kind of data is in this file. Now I close this file. Okay, this one also I just deleted the worksheet. I don't want this worksheet. So main two worksheets are master data and reviews, and we have multiple sales records. Okay, so the data set is created. Now here I explain data modeling to you. Now I explain you that how I will be uh, maintaining the worksheets and working with the multiple files. Here is my first file. My first file. It is uh, gadgets.xlsx. This is my file, gadgets.xlsx. Okay, and there I am maintaining two different worksheets. One is a master data, and one more is reviews. Master data and reviews, and another three files Currently, they are three. This is one, the second one, and the third one. Okay. So the directory I created as mobile showroom, and in this mobile showroom folder, I am maintaining three files. First is, see how I organize my files. First is day one sales. Okay. First is day one sales. Then day two sales. Day two sales. And day three sales. So what is my target is combine the data of all these dates in a single one more file and then access the data in a gadgets to operate over the data sets. What I will do is I here will create a one more Excel file for easy maintenance, and this file is sales master dot xlsx. So what is the purpose of sales master is group all the days data in this one file. So I will be grouping data I am receiving from a salesperson into a single template file. So the sales data I am reading as a template file. So it will solve my problem. So this file will help me identify duplicates, help me identify bugs in my data. Okay. So if I am managing it in a centralized place, then grouping all the data together help me catch if there is any uh, issues in the data sets. Now let's create a one sales master file. So this is a one another file and I save this file as sales master on desktop. Okay, here only I'll create a one another file as sales master. Sales master. Okay. Now in sales master, I paste day one sales records. I open day one sales records. So on desktop from this directory, I open the day one sales. Imagine that every day you are receiving emails from the salesperson, and every day salesperson share you the same number of columns but different data rows. So this is my day one record for this particular date. I save this record. I just reopen. Okay. In Sales Master, this is my day one record. I simply format the columns using autofit column width. I save this record. And additionally, another change what I made is I select this entire data set. Okay. And then in the home tab, you see this format as a table option. I apply a format as this blue color format and it selects the entire range. The benefit of format as a table I'll explain in a while once I complete the data set. Date format I update to DDMMYY. I'm using shortcut as Control 1. So from here I apply a date format. I also apply center alignment to the quantities. Now the data set is ready. Okay, I save this file. It is sales master and I copied day 1 sales record. So day 1 is over. Now go for day 2. Now I append day 2 sales records in sales master. So every day I receive file, every day I copy the data into my template file. So this is sales order day 2. Now in sales master at the end of the row, I paste the records of day 2. And I also want to ensure that uh, no duplicates and the data is clean. Okay, so I want to ensure that as well. So day 2 is now made available in this file. So let's say if I mistakenly copied a row or I made a duplicate, then it should highlight that the row is duplicate. Okay, so I want to here add a feature in my Excel worksheet to visualize the things. Okay, so day 1 and day 2 is ready. Now see, before I paste day 3 records, I select the entire row. Then I'll go for conditional formatting. Then I'll go for manage rules. So in this manage rules, go for new rule, use a formula. And what is the formula I will be following is if order ID, product name, category, okay, if order ID, product name, category, and the supply date, received date, if the columns get repeated, then only I consider the row is duplicate. And that row record I want to highlight to user that you are uh, creating duplicates in your worksheet. And the formula you write as countif yes function. So this countif yes function help you count how many records you found duplicates. And if it is if this comparison goes more than one, then that record is read as a duplicate record. Okay. Whenever you apply format as a table, you will see a design tab as well. And you can write a meaningful name for your table. So this is my sales master data, right? So I write the file table name as sales template, and now I insert the rule in my table as is equal to count if yes. In this range, I selected total 50 rows. Okay, row number 2 till row number 51. In these all the rows, even though if you select like this, the number of rows are selected A1 to A51, comma, I select this value A, select from A2 because the top row contains only headers. It is not a data, right? So I also remove the dollar symbol, and my rule says that the value in A2 count in the same column. So if ORD001 I count, then I will get only one. The count as a only one. Okay, it is not repeated. But intentionally, if I copy the row, paste at the end, then it will count. Another rule I write as in second column, I select the first cell and carefully I remove the dollar symbol before the row number because I also want to count the next rows. So B2 becomes B3, B3 becomes B4, and another condition as date, the supply date. If these three things match, then only I count. I select the first cell again, and I again carefully remove the dollar symbol from G2. If the supply date, order ID and product name gets repeat, that means that product is duplicate. I complete the bracket, and if it is coming more than 1, okay, count if comes 1, then that is not duplicate, but more than 1 is duplicate. So this way I apply a color effect to that cell. So I select or let's say this brown color and a regular font, okay, but the color turns to brown color, and I click OK, and I click OK here, and then I apply. See, the range I selected is the entire table. So currently I see no duplicates. So day 1 and day 2 data is already I merged together, but maybe mistakenly. Let's say from day 2 I copied all the cells like this, and if I paste this data in the template file in the sales master, then the data turns the color to red because now it says your data is duplicate. See how it is important. When you are working with a large data set, then conditional format help you catch your attention at the duplicate rows. What if you miss to apply the conditional rules? Then high chance that you will go with the data. And in the real work, it happens. When you're working with the large data sets, mistakenly it happens that you copy the same data which is already exist in the data set, and it will affect on the reports. So it will show a wrong report as you received 50 plus sales records. Okay, truth is different. Here is a mistake. So this mistake may pay a big loss. So now I remove the duplicates. Now see my data is speaking. Okay, it highlights the rows. Now I will go for day 3 records. Okay, day 3 records. So I copy the records. Let's see if is there any duplicate that is there in a day 1 or maybe day 2, and it is also there in a day 3. Okay, so it will catch my attention. Now I paste the record and I don't see any duplicate here. Everything is clean. I save my file. Okay, I simply close all the files now, day 2 file also, and I now open only sales master. So till this, a quick step I repeat. I created multiple files, day 1, day 2, day 3. In real scenario, you imagine that supplier is sharing you those files on an email. Your work is to first clean the data, validate the data is no duplicates, it is clean. Okay, so that validation you should do. And for validation purpose, I merge all files together. So I also seen people, what they do is they directly write lookup functions on everyday files. So every day they write functions. Okay, every day they write VLOOKUP function, which is not necessary. And this repeating mechanism also uh, engage your time, eats your time in a unnecessary work. So better if you merge them together in one file and only write VLOOKUP function for the sales master. Okay. So see this particular uh, data management is nothing but I am implementing a modeling. So modeling is not a particular feature that I can click and use it in Excel. Modeling means how you organize your data. Okay, how you maintain your data in such a way that it will avoid the confusions, conflicts, duplicates. Okay. So now I'm ready with the sales master file, and it has multiple row records, and with peace of mind I can follow the data for generating reports. So what report I want? I want the report as uh, product category wise, what is the highest order I made? That count I want to get from this report. But I want to merge this report in a one view. Okay. So even though I'm working on multiple files, I want to see the report together. Okay. I will not create a report separately for sales master, separately for this gadgets record. Okay. I will be merging the multiple table into one. Now that is the here step to discuss with you how. I also select the gadget data, and I also apply the formatting rules. So format as a table, now I select the orange color. And one thing if you notice in Sales Master, while I was applying the conditional format, the table range I selected was till 51 rows. And see, it is dynamic. Automatically the range turned to 81. If you paste more rows, it will again increase. But without format as a table, it won't. So whenever you are working on large data sets, make sure you will apply format as a table. That will give you a relief. Okay. That's why here also I apply format as a table in the design tab. The table name I give as gadgets. So they are the gadgets, right? And the data is a brand, category, launch date, price, then battery, and some number of records there. And I could see the real data here. The data speaks the real time. So in the price, there is a problem that the comma, two commas, so that the Excel is assuming that they are the commas, not as the number separators. So I use Control H, and the comma I remove from the number. Okay, so I removed it. And the price is in a rupees. So use Control 1, apply currency format as rupees. Battery, then date format also let's change. The date format I apply as DDMMYY, and other things are fine, no problem. So this data is also ready. I save this file as gadgets. Now two different files. Reviews. Reviews also I apply format as a table. So I use the black color, and in the design tab, the table name I write as reviews table. So in the reviews table, it shows the quarter two sales and rating. Rating I apply center alignment. Then the notes, top region, product name. Okay. Now what insights you think we can design out of the table? So we can show category wise how many products sold, what is the popularity for the particular quarter. So this kind of data we can write. Now, before I go design the insights, I want to explain you how to use Vlookup function in our Excel file. It is a most awaited topic. Now to use Vlookup, what exactly I want to show, I will tell you. I want to show exactly the average review count for the product in this master data. So for Galaxy S25 Ultra, Galaxy S25 Ultra, currently it is a one record, but think of I am receiving some more reviews for the Galaxy S25 Ultra in a next month. I will be merging those records in the same worksheet file, right? So that I want to count and get an average review for the same product, and I want to show that in the master data. And to get average of the record, here I'll create a one column to fetch the data as a average review for this particular phone. Okay, so I write this as average rating for this particular phone, and there is a function called average if. So average if and average if s, both functions. Average if is used to check only one condition. Average if s is used to check more than one condition. Currently, only one condition I am going to consider. So average if, what is the range? So the range is product name. Okay. And in the formula box, if you see, it is showing me review stable product name instead of the cell range A1 to A50. So format as a table shows the field name, and it is really easy to understand, remember the formula. It becomes meaningful. So in this range, I compare product name. Okay, I compare product name, and then what is the average range? So the average range I consider for the rating. I select this data, and even though you copy paste more records, out of the records it is considering the average. Let's say Galaxy S25 Ultra, that product, if I found three times, so out of three, it finds the average, and that average it will show you in the master file. So at some places I see division zero error because this product not exist in the reviews, like Redmi 15C. This product review not exist. Even these product reviews also not exist. Okay, so this error message also you can customize. So if you face error, then here in the formula box you write if error. Okay, if you face error, then on the place of error, what data you want to show, what message you want to show. So you can write not found, or you can write NA, that means not available. Okay, see, it turns the data into meaningful words. Now in average rating, I apply the icon sets to show what is the best product, what is the least product. So here are the icon sets, or you also can go for data bars. Okay, the top and bottom rules. So top and bottom rules will highlight the top 10 items with different color, bottom 10 items, average items. Better is you go for icon sets. I here will select a flag that will indicate what is playing good sales in the market and what is average, what is poor. That speaks the data. So see green color, red color. Okay. So this is how my data is now showing me the insights. Here also will apply center alignment, warranty, average lifespan. Now the next is I will be now going to get more reviews and I paste in the worksheet, and then I will show you the average review turns to a different number. Okay, so let's just jump to Copilot, and here I write, could you generate more reviews for the gadgets you shared me in the recent table. So Copilot is now generating more reviews records. Okay, and those reviews now I copy paste into my this table is little different one. There is a confusion, right? So let's go for the previous table, order, dispatch, and reconciliation. Yes, so this is the table, popularity. There is a mismatch. Please share me more records for the global popularity. Yes, so this is here. I copy the records and let's paste it here in the table and see the average will change. So currently I can see 9.2, 9.6, 8.5, 8.2. These are the reviews, some places NA. Now if I paste the review, save this file and let's see 9.2, 9.6, 8.5. Some places there is a change. Okay. And the formula now if you see, anyways it is assuming the entire row. So you can see in the formula, it consider the complete table data. This complete table data, product name, entire data from reviews table. It considers the entire table data. Okay. So for particular product, now I want to see what are the duplicate rows here in the reviews table. So how to find duplicate? If the product name, region, and let's say product name, region, and quarter to sales. If it gets repeat, then that is a duplicate record. So let's go for conditional formatting, manage rules, new rule, use a formula is equal to COUNTIFIES. In this particular range, I select the first cell and I also remove the dollar symbol. Second rule, region. Okay. And third is sales. Count it. And if it is coming greater than 1, that is read as a duplicate. So there is no duplicate. But if I copy this row, okay, and I just want to show you, if I paste it again, then it turns to red color. That means the data is duplicate. It is working. So currently no duplicates. Okay. Now for this particular product, I will show you one change. Galaxy S25 Ultra, the average rating it shows me as 9.2. So one small change I will do. The record I copy and paste at multiple places. Okay. So I paste it over here and it is an unusual behavior of Excel like previous. Actually, it should highlight the color to S25 Ultra, but it is somewhere else. Ignore that number. Now this one I will make 7.8. Okay. And again, I use the same at one more place. And this one I write as 8.1. So the records are different. Okay, so three times I'm using Galaxy S25 Ultra. One is the 9.2, then 8.7 and 8.1. So the average of the three numbers comes 8.66. So in master data now it is coming 8.66. So my records are working. Okay, the formula I applied is working. I use two digit figures. Now in this entire part I help you understand how to work with data modeling, how to use format as a table, how to apply a conditional rule to find a duplicate, how to use average if, okay, to catch the average function. Now I want a table over here, and this table should explain me category, or it is customers customers as a one table I will be creating over here. So this will fetch and create a uh, invoice for a customer. Okay, so here I will click on page layout option. Okay, so Microsoft PDF. So the page layout option in Excel, there are multiple views. One is table view, second is page layout view, third is the page break preview. I use this page layout view. This part is really important to understand VLOOKUP. So I want everyone's attention on my screen. Don't miss it. Now I change the page layout margin. I set as narrow. Almost I remove the margin. The header section you can write any name, like this is my ABC mobile showroom. Here I enter the date. From design tab I enter current date. Okay, and in the footer I put contact number. Let's say contact. This is contact number. So the header footer is ready. Now here I generate a invoice. So what is the invoice? The first section I want to show as my shop details, but I will be designing it at the end of the invoice. So first of all, here I want uh, title or a particular, let's say first serial number, particular, then it will show me category, then it will ask me what is the sales cost. So how many quantities the user is buying, how much tax rate you want to apply, what is the total amount, okay, what is the total amount, and in invoice what else we can show. We can also show warranty, right? So here I write before tax rate, I insert one column and I write warranty. What is the warranty of that particular product? Okay, what is the warranty of that particular product? So they are the columns here: category, sales data, sales cost, quantities, warranty, serial number, tax rate, and total amount. Fine. So this is my invoice table. I apply a border style. Okay. So let's say here are multiple products the user is going to buy. Let's say user is buying uh, Samsung Galaxy M16. Okay. The name I change to invoice. Then user is also buying Redmi 15C. Then user is also buying, let's say, iPhone 16 Fold. Three products. Now I want Excel to show me here what is the category of this particular phone. what is the sales cost, what is the warranty. So how you fetch that record from the previous table, right, is equal to Vlookup. Now this asks you what is the value you are looking for. So I'm looking for this name. Where you are looking for, give comma. Now in the master data, I select the first column. So in this column, I will be finding the smartphone name, the gadget name. So what data you want to print? So I want to print the category, and category is the third column. So select first three columns. So how VLOOKUP works is the value you are looking for, it will compare in the selected range, only in the first column of the selected range. And out of three columns, which column data you want to show. Product name is the first column, brand is the second column, category is the third column. So of course third column. So comma I write 3. Then it asks you how you want to compare the condition. The spelling you write for the mobile phone. So how you want to compare that name. Do you want Excel to compare that matching exactly, or do you want a partial comparison? How you want to compare? So go for exact match. Okay, so it will ensure that the name you entered exists in the file. I complete the bracket and hit enter. Now it shows me it is a mid-range category. Then budget phone, foldable phone. Okay, from category table, I'm showing what is the kind of uh, phone it is. Now next is sales cost. What is the cost of the phone? So again I write a VLOOKUP. This is the phone from master data. I will compare the first column and I will select the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 columns, comma 5, comma false. Why 5? Because I want to show user the price of the product. So this is my price. Okay, from product name till price I am selecting. So how VLOOKUP works is between the selected range, it will only compare the first column. So my first column is a gadget product name and I am searching for product name. Hit enter. So this is the cost. Okay, I'll drag it over here. Now quantities we are going to enter. User want to buy 2 quantities, 1 quantity, 4 quantity. What is the warranty of the product? Again we look up, select the name of the product from master data 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I selected total 11 columns because warranty is the 11th column. So see, it is showing me the warranty. Okay, so this is the warranty in months. And then tax rate everywhere I put as 18%, same tax. Okay, 18% and the total amount. So instead repeat the tax rate everywhere. Okay, we can write the tax rate on a top somewhere else and we will consider that tax rate. Or at the end here also we can write uh, note to user. So instead of tax rate I write description of the phone. So I want to show user a description of the phone. So how I do that is equal to VLOOKUP for this particular phone. What is the processor? I give selection as first I select product name 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So ninth column is the processor. So comma 9, comma false. Okay. I use and symbol. Then I just put a splitter. Again and symbol. That means I concat vertical line. Okay. Just a separating a processor name. Again I write VLOOKUP. So again I find for C5 and I select the table range as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 battery life, comma 6, comma false. Enter. So now it is showing me what is the processor name as well as okay. So I'll just increase the column size and I use the wrap text option. Here also will apply. alignment, sales cost will apply, currency symbol. So here VLOOKUP solves the problem. You can fetch the data from other tables. I drag this formula here. So it is Dimensity is 6300 and then 5000 mAh battery. This is 4600 mAh battery. Okay. Total amount. So total amount is two quantities. User is buying two quantities. So the sales cost plus sales cost into 18% multiplied by 2. That is the formula. So the total becomes the value as 43,000. I apply currency symbol as a accounting. Let's say later if you change the product name, like the product name you change to Oppo, no problem. Even if you change it to Oppo, the data Excel will fetch and category get changed, cost get changed, description get changed, everything will get update. So this way you use VLOOKUP function to fetch the data of one table into another. Even though the example, the data set is complex, still I'm sure that the way I explain you the use case of VLOOKUP function, it turn your mind the broad view of Excel VLOOKUP function in the real work, in the real time scenarios. So in this part, I will be wrapping up quickly as concluding. I started with generating data sets. I converted my Excel data into templates. Then I prepare a data model. Okay. I merge multiple records into one file. And then I explain you the importance of format as a table, conditional formatting rules to avoid the duplicates. Finally, this is the topic I completed teaching you as how VLOOKUP works. What is the significance of VLOOKUP in the real time? There are drawbacks also. VLOOKUP cannot see the previous columns. Like if you are looking for a processor name and if you want to fetch the gadget name, okay, comparing processor name, if you want to fetch gadget name, then VLOOKUP fails here. Previous rows you cannot, previous columns you cannot look using VLOOKUP function. But still, VLOOKUP is most widely used function in the Excel by Excel users. So the invoice is not prettified, but that's okay. The purpose is to explain you VLOOKUP, and I'm continuing this same file to show you generating reports from it in the another part.